morning, Golden K. Good morning. Got a lot going on today. So we're going to start out with My Country, 'Tis of Thee, the Pledge of Allegiance, and our Kiwanis Pledge, led by Ron Black. And okay, and invitation with Mary Jean Bauer, and the person to present our speaker will be Cathy, Sebok.
Thank you, Tom. Good morning, everybody. My Country, 'Tis of Thee, also called America, was written by Samuel Francis Smith, who was a seminary student in Andover, Massachusetts in 1831. The tune uses the same melody as the British national anthem, God Save the King, and served as the main national song for the United States before the Star-Spangled Banner was chosen 100 years later. It was first sung at a children's 4th of July event in 1831, and specifically the reason the melody was chosen was to, but yet using different words from what the British used, was to show the contrast between the freedoms of democracy as compared to a kingdom. So having said that, let's sing it. It's going to be a little slower than what you probably sang in school when you learned it, but let's just enjoy it together, shall we? If we may.
Heavenly Father, let your light shine, which shines on all people. Reveal those who need our help, especially the children of the world. Let your light warm the hearts of those in the community who can help us in our service work. And let your light illuminate the lives of the children whom we help. May we always willingly share our blessings with those in need. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to do good works through Kiwanis. We ask your blessing on those Kiwanis members present, those unable to attend, and those no longer with us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Cris Valdez. He has He's as our speaker today, and he has 20 years of executive leadership experience in community colleges. He has served as president of Richland Community College for the past 10 years. Cris believes that comprehensive community colleges allow people to dream and provide opportunities for those people to realize their dreams. Since coming to Richland, the college has seen substantial growth in workforce development and has received in excess of $63 million in grant and philanthropic awards to create life-changing opportunities for the citizens of the college's district. He has also overseen the growth of Richland's foundation assets to approximately $30 million, the largest in the history of the college. Cris and his wife Robin have 5 adult children and 4 grandchildren. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Cris Valdez.
Thank you, Cathy. Good morning. I probably don't have to do any introductions because Cathy did a great job of introductions, but I'll do a little bit anyway. If you don't know me, my name is Cris Valdez. As Cathy said, I have served as the president of Richland since 2016. About 2 years ago, we celebrated our 50th anniversary, and my commitment and my life's calling has been higher education in the 2-year sector, and it's been a great marriage between me and Richland. So my presentation will really be divided in kind of 2 areas. Some of the accomplishments we've been able to realize over the last 10 years through partnerships, both with industry and community and K-12 partners, and then some of the work we're doing right now and into the future. So I know Cathy said that at the end of this, there'll be questions, but if you have questions at any time, just ask me a question, because I might forget it, you might forget it. So, first of all, just a quick video, talks a little bit about how we change lives at Richland.
No one thought that I could get where I wanted to get. And so I'm proof that you can actually get to a higher level. You can go to a larger city and still survive and still exceed expectations.
The biggest impact from a professor or teacher here was from Mr. Shiley, who's one of the ag professors here at Richland. And he knew I was going through some rough stuff personally, so he connected. He reached out and he was a listener. Being able to have that, but also some of that tough love too. He wasn't afraid to call me out if I was missing class or if I missed an assignment. And so he was really keeping me accountable and pushing me, which is what I really needed.
All my classes at high school were very kind of low grade. We didn't have any AP classes, nothing that could really challenge me. So coming to Richland and having access to this like academic landscape is really great. I feel like I'm able to really meet myself where I'm at and I'm able to grow here.
So just a couple of notes of individuals whose experience and lives have been touched by the institution. Just real quickly, Scott, the first young man, you know, these days everyone's a young man, right? They could be 55 years old and still feel like a young man. But that young man graduated from Richland and is now as a division head at NASA, doing some of their thermodynamic research. The second young man came to us as a high school junior and has represented us twice at Washington, D.C. So some fine leaders, and we're glad that we're just part of the leadership journey. Carrie, can you advance that? I don't know why I won't advance for me. Oh, there it is. So I was hoping we could read this this text. I hope you can. I have to turn around to read it. So these are some select partnerships and accomplishments. McCletsy, everyone knows McCletsy, Macon County Law Enforcement Training Center, Enrich, and our Minority Mentor Protege Program, Clean Energy Lab, Prep Academy, and then some of the work we've been able to do to improve the physical health of the institution. So the first one I want to talk about is the Macon County Law Enforcement Training Center. How many people knew that that's a division of Richland? Yeah, we're doing some work, right? So we were very purposeful about branding that as a law enforcement training center. Late 2017, we were approached by the Howard G. Buffett Foundation, wanted to know if we'd be interested in creating a law enforcement training center, and did that with a bunch of trepidation, because I'd only been here 1 year, and I wanted to keep my job. But Mr. Buffett said that he would give us $1 million to start the program for the first 3 years of seed money, and we were responsible for it on our own. Since then, since 2017, I wish I could read that. We've trained without. Thank you. Someone has better eyesight than me. Law enforcement, peace officers. So we train individuals all around the state. We also train corrections officers for municipalities and counties. And you can see the number we train there, because obviously I can't. And now we also manage the training for state correctional officers, and they do about 100 people a session. They do about 6 sessions a year. So altogether, we train over 2,000 individuals at that institution. We also do Department of Natural Resources, but they're a small agency, so we don't train too often. So 2 significant things about that. With the help of the Howard G. Buffett Foundation, we've been able to create probably one of the premier law enforcement training centers in the country. If you haven't had a chance, although that's not part of what we do, you can go down there and either watch or participate in the ritual to see what it's like for peace officers to interact with the public and try to de-escalate. So what I would say, after that trepidation and finally talking with my board and convincing them we should do this, this year we will serve, because our culinary arts, and if you've been to Bistro 537, that's who does all the meals. We do about 600 meals a day, Monday through Friday, about 50 weeks out of the year. And this year we will do about $4.5 million in gross revenue at Wilkinson. Talk a little bit about Enrich. Enrich is a program that we started in 2017 as well. And it really was intended to help people who were either underemployed, unemployed, or folks determined that they weren't employable, to move through short-term training to develop skills to be contributing citizens. Since we began the program, we have trained about 3,000 individuals. 95% of those folks complete, and of that 95%, over 90% are employed within 2 weeks. And the last time we looked, about 87% of those folks are employed 1 year afterwards. So moving a lot of individuals who people thought were not salvageable to workers and leaders, because many of those individuals have moved into leadership and management positions. As part of the Enrich program, we partnered with Decatur Memorial Hospital 5 years ago now. We entered into a 4-year partnership where we would train and increase the number and the diversity of workers in healthcare. We were very successful in doing that. In fact, our biggest issue right now is that we have to scale back the program because it is very challenging to keep up with that. Because one of the particular aspects of that makes this program so successful, one is we use trauma-informed practices and resilient-focused practices, because most people have trauma in their life, and that as children, and that holds them back from doing what they really need to do as adults. The other impact of that is all of our students participate full-time, and because they're underemployed or unemployed, and we want them to concentrate on the instruction and training, they receive a stipend, and their tuition is free. So every student who comes through the Enrich program, not only is at no cost to them, but they receive a stipend for living costs, and then we've incorporated through our foundation opportunities for scholarships for crisis. Because we found that some things that may happen to us, like flat tire, or the refrigerator goes out, or you have a leak in your roof, those can stop people from ever coming back. So we do just-in-time scholarships up to $500 to help people overcome those minor crises, and I think it's been very successful because 90% of those individuals found work, and 87% of them continue to work after a year. You probably can't read this, but here's a list of 42 employers that we have sent our Enrich graduates to. This is primarily in manufacturing. We have utilized Enrich in healthcare, manufacturing, education. We've supplied a number of paraprofessionals to the school districts. And then we also do this with our dual credit students as well. Prep Academy, I want to talk a little bit about Prep Academy because this is something we began, we're in our 6th year now. And the Prep Academy is a very unique program, not only I think to this state, but to the country. And it may be one of the most successful in the country. So when I came here in 2017, I talked to DPS about how do we increase dual credit. So I should take a step back. Does everyone know what dual credit is? Yeah. So dual credit is an opportunity for high school students beginning in their junior year to take high school courses that are also college courses. So they receive both high school and college credit. And if you do that with real intent and very serious about it, you can complete a degree by the time you graduate high school. In the last 5 or 6 years, we've averaged 1 to 3, so probably 2, right? 3 is 2. 2 graduates each year at our commencement who completed their associate's degree at the same time they finished their high school diploma. So in 2017, we started talking to DPS. In 19, they finally agreed, and we developed this program called the Prep Academy. There's 2 real principles to it. One, it can be no cost to the student, and 2, we wanted to have an equity lens and allow not just the highest achievers, but students who show potential, but maybe weren't the straight A students. So the program enters 50 students as 8th graders. Students in DPS will apply for the Prep Academy. Up to 50 are selected, and then in their freshman year, they take 2 courses. At their high school sophomore year, they take 3 courses, and then they transition out to Richland for their junior and senior year, and they are essentially full-time students receiving both high school and college credit. 2 years ago, we had 24 graduates, and this year we had 37. 2 things that are significant about that, maybe 3 things. One is, again, there was no cost to any of those students. The DPS and Richland have joined together to cover all of those costs. Number 2 is that of the 24 in the first year, I think that's what I said, 23 of them all received full ride scholarships to a university when they graduated from high school. The one who did it was because they wanted to go to a beautician school, because that's what they want to do. This year, of the 37, all of those folks have received at least partial scholarships to a university. To date, the average GPA for those high school students is about 3.6, and collectively, those students have saved over $2 million in tuition because every credit that they took at Richland was free to them, and they all graduating high school, moving into an institution as a junior. I talked way too long about that. This is what you do with graphs. I apologize. When I was putting this together, I could read it. So any of you guys can read it. You don't have to go see your ophthalmologist for like 2 years because you have really good eyes. But I wanted to show this. There's some real significance to this graph. This graph shows 2 lines, and the one that shoots up to your over, right, is probably most significant. So this is from 2004, FY 2014 to FY 24. I believe, is that what that says? 22. Okay. So what I want to point out though, this is a representation of the college reserves. When in 12, they were about 1.9 or 1.3, I think. When I came to the institution, of course, I was right in the midst of a budget impasse. We went down to an all-time low of $200 and some $1,000. At the end of this graph, we were at $13 million. The institution now has $15 million in reserves. We have never been more healthy in our existence. Our foundation has increased to 30%, to nearly 30 million. And why that is significant is that all of our students who come to Richland, 87% have no financial burden at all. We don't talk about free college, nothing is free, but we've made the commitment to have the resources so that when students come to our institution, they don't have to go into debt, they don't have to worry about getting a job or a second job. 87% of those have no financial burden. Another 9% have partial burden taken care of. So really about 4%, 3% of our students actually pay full board. And we still have very affordable tuition. I'm going to have to fly through this annual report because I talked too much about that. And this is going to be challenging because I can't really read that. Let me pull it up. If I walk over here, can you guys hear me? I'm going to yell because otherwise I can't see it. And you guys are resourceful. I think of everything. The only thing you didn't count for is the presenter with bad eyes, right? So just to talk a little bit about some of these slides, we've really focused on innovation, and clean energy has been one of those things that we focused on. The state has awarded CG grants. It's climate and justice. Wow, I can't think what it is right now. But it has to do with green energy. Richland is the only fully functioning CJ hub in the state, and there are 13 of those. We have put through 200, in 2 years, we put 200 individuals through that program. We partner with 15 different employers. 73% of these students have been placed, and they have 5 different clean energy pathways. I talked already a little bit about dual credit. Our dual credit is up 10%. That doesn't tell you guys much, but our dual credit is now like 42% of our enrollment. So all of those students are getting a head start on their education. We work with 16 different schools, almost 10,000 college credits earned per year. And right now we have 246 students in our prep academy. Just one note, I forgot to say that earlier. That was a pilot with DPS. This past year, we've reached out to 5 now county schools, other districts to enter into a very similar agreement that would allow their students to participate in a program similar to Prep Academy. I would just say this, K-12 doesn't move as quickly as we do. So I would hope we had all 5 of those on board this fall, but I think we only have 2. Student support. Again, I talked about how many students, or how few students have a financial burden. It's because of this. We award, 3 years ago, I was really having a struggle because we awarded like $980,000. We need to do more than that. So this past year, we awarded $1.65 million in scholarships to students. This fall, we'll have about 2,200 students for credit. So you can kind of do the math. There's a lot of money to go around. We've done over 1,000 tutoring appointments. There's emergency awards, that's what I talked about. Those are the just in time. If someone has an issue during the school year, we award them money so that they can stay in school. We partnered with the city to provide free bus passes. So all you have to do is have a Richland ID and you can take the bus for free. We've had 12,000 of those already, and 45% of our students are first generation students. I realize this. I have a timer that's going to go off in any second. I want to near mine. Okay, it's on. So, a little more about our foundation. Over the last year, we secured over $10 million in grants. We have 28.6 in foundation assets. When I came here, I think we were downgraded to like a B++. We're now at A+ with our credit rating. Our tuition remains very affordable at $125. There's my timer works. My timing is horrible. So that's 20 minutes. I get 5 more. So we continue to grow, 10% enrollment growth last spring. This last spring we awarded 647 degrees or certificates, and a third of our employees are Richland alum. Our completion rate is 41%. Our next term retention rate, so students who come in the fall, stay for the spring, it's 72%, and students who stay for a full year, 60%. Those are very significant numbers for community colleges. I want to talk real quickly about this program as well. We began the Student Ambassador Program last spring, just inducted student ambassadors this year. They work on a number of different areas. One is mental health. Young people struggle mightily now with mental health, so a number of those folks sit out at the center core, and they're just there to listen to anyone who has a challenge or issue or wants to talk to someone. They can also make referrals to our mental health counselor. Those students all work for, they volunteer for a year. We place them into a one-credit leadership development course, and then upon completion, they receive a $500 scholarship. This is our inaugural student ambassador group. They are sharp individuals. That is my presentation. I could have talked slower. Cathy said you guys will ask easy questions.
Yes, I got one for you. Right here. As a graduate of your second nursing program back in 97, how's the nursing program going?
Our nursing program is going very well. Did you graduate from the ADN program or?
ADA and then passed my NCLEX.
Good job. Well, we love that because we need to have first-time passers. This year, we graduated 28 ADN students. Our ADN pass rate, so what do you talk about the NCLEX? So a nursing program is measured by what percentage of your students in the first attempt passed the NCLEX, which is the nursing exam. So this year, our PN program, which is practical nursing, is at 100%, and our RN is at 86%. So we would, just because I think that's important for me, we would expand our program. We cannot find nursing educators. So do you have a master's degree? No. But if we had the teachers, we would expand, we would double that program. I saw a hand here. And,
I have a couple questions about your dual credit program.
One at a time. No, I'm just-
I can ask them one at a time.
No, you're fine.
Okay, the first thing, several years ago in other areas of the country, there were some four-year schools that were reluctant to accept credits that way of students that had taken a course account both for high school and for college. Are you finding any such resistance that way from four-year schools?
Yes, there's continued resistance. I don't want to get too much into politics, but because we used to do that too. We'd say, I was just talking to a parent yesterday about their student who went to do a credit 10 years ago. We used to say, oh, hey, a high school teacher can't teach college credit. That's not true. If you have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree or 18 credits in that discipline, you can teach college credit. So I say that because that's often what we hear from universities. Well, like your general psych, which is the same across everywhere, is not as good as our general psych. That's not true. So we do have, with state schools, we have a agreement. So if you have an associate's degree, it's mandatory that they accept all your credits. What we find though too, which is probably the best of both worlds, not the best, but what we find, like we had a student who went to an Ivy League school out of the Prep Academy, and we had a student this year who's going to Miami of Ohio, which is pretty, they think a lot about themselves. They were accepted, they accepted about a year of their education, so they got 1 year, not two, but they got into a very challenging institution because they had those credits.
And the second question, is there any way it can be expanded beyond BPS 61?
Yeah, well, let's see if there's any superintendents in the room. Yes, superintendents say yes, absolutely. We approached 5 schools this year, and I don't think, we didn't get any no's. Well, we got one no, I won't talk about the districts. One no, just that we can't do it, we don't have the capacity. Smaller little school. But mostly they're like, we can't do it that quickly. And so I anticipate that we will have, well, I'll talk about the two that are saying yes. Cerro Gordo, they're one of the smaller districts, and they're fantastic. I mean, they're signed on. St. T's is almost signed on, and the rest are just, we move quickly, and they don't move as quickly. So we've extended generally an invitation to every superintendent that in the 16 districts that we serve, and then we reached out to 5 that we thought would be ready. So we'll keep that invitation open. My hope is that every student in every district has the ability to complete their associate's degree by the time they graduate.
Thank you.
So weird. Wanted to let you know that this club is already aware of the wonderful Prep Academy program. Last January, we had guest speakers Leslie Risby and Ashley Greenid come speak to us about the program. They brought one of your graduates, Ragheb Khatun. And so just want to say thank you for collaborating with the school district for this wonderful program.
Just to comment about that, I appreciate the recognition. We have really good collaboration with our K-12 districts, really good collaboration with a lot of the industry here, and you don't always find that. It can be difficult. People are territorial. We have started, we now are underway, I should have talked about this more, we have now, although not complete, we have a dual admission program with Miller. We should have done this, in fact, I talked to the last 3 presidents when they were here. We should have did this 10 years ago. So the dual enrollment says this: if you enroll at Richland and you qualify for Millikan, you can, you're admitted to Millikan at the same time. You complete your first 2 years of education at Richland, but then you don't transfer to Millikan because you're already a Millikan student. But if you're a Millikan student, you can have some of the privileges like athletics, some of the cultural events, some student life, potentially even living in the dormitories and so forth. It makes a ton of sense because the vast majority of our transfer students go to Milliken because it's 3 miles away. So, sorry, I probably shouldn't have that attitude, but to me sometimes it's like, why haven't we did this 10 years ago? But we're doing it now, so I'm not complaining. Another question?
Yeah, I had a question for you.
The table can ask questions, didn't
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm really impressed with all of the things that you are doing to support students in so many different ways, to get them in school, keep them in school, support them through crises and so forth. But I thought I heard you say that you have a 41% completion rate?
Right.
And that, to me, seems low, given the investment that you're putting into,
Right.
Keeping them, getting them moving along and so forth. So what's the explanation?
41% is really good. I'm gonna look right now. Average completion rate for community colleges. Sorry, because I don't have that on top of my head. The average, we talked about the 2-year completion rate. The national average for 6 years is 44%. So we're graduating people on time at the same rate. If the national average takes 3 times as long. That makes sense? So let me just talk about that just a little bit. I used to talk about this all the time. But the reality is, and nothing against Milliken for Milliken folks here, but if you go to Milliken or U of I, you are a university student. The vast majority of students who come to community college are parents, their spouses, their workers, they're survivors. And so when they have time, they are improving their lives. The other issue too is because, I didn't put that, because 63% of our students are part-time. And they do that because they have lives, you can talk about maybe the decisions they could have made, should have made, whatever, but they have lives that they're trying to continue. And so the more enrollment you have, the higher you are at full time, the higher likelihood you are to complete on time and to complete. So, the fact that only 37% of our students are full time is significant. And then I think the other thing that we're working against, and to your point, we're doing a lot better. We used to have a lot of students who would come and say, I'm here just until I can get to Milliken, or I can get to U of I can get to ISU, or I can, because Richland and community colleges generally were outside as the second or last choice. That's why 3 years ago we changed our mission to say we're a first and best choice for folks, because this is the first choice for people. It's not, I couldn't get into Milliken or I couldn't get into whatever. People are choosing it, but we still work against that. So it's a really good question.
I was around for all the construction. It goes like this. We fought. We were to get $15 million from the state to build the Richland, but we had to get money from a referendum, and fought, and it passed, it failed. Finally, the spring of 1984, I think it was, we passed the $15 million to build Richland, but late in the construction year. Couldn't do it then, and we had a whole year. So I was a pretty new legislator, but I went to the governor, I think Jim Thompson. I said, Governor, I'm supposed to watch $15 million for an entire year in his state. You know what it's like. I said, I'm afraid, I don't like it. He said, relax. He said, I will be on your side, and you will get your $15 million. And he's a Republican, I'm a Democrat. So I relaxed that bit. So now next comes the next year, and it doesn't happen until the last week of the session, the last night of the session, And that was before the computers, and Chicago would drop a 200-page bill on your lap at 11:30 at night, and it was supposed to adjourn at midnight. So it hits Valdez like running around. I find Richland, $2 million short. Said 15 million, it was 13 million. So I ran down to the desk, and the managing guy, and I said, why are we 2 million short? He said, you don't need it. I go, wait a minute, what are you talking about? And so I called Jim Thompson. He said, yes. He said, we sure need that extra 2 million. So I said, well, we got to do it tonight because it'll be gone tomorrow. And so Howard Brown came over late at night, and everybody else we gathered about, and we stormed everywhere we could, and finally got around to controlling Richland at 2 million short. And so I screamed about all that, and the next morning Howard Brown came over, and the guys came over, and I was screaming, we all were screaming, and they got the 2 million restored. Well, my part was, there's a big road program going on, and I was told the freshman legislator to scream once in a while for nothing, but if I can hand it. I did it a couple of times. I said, your damn road program going right down the sewer because of me, and I get one and kill that road program, and let's get 2 million Richland. And so we fought, and overnight, and we came back the next day, Howard Brown and everybody over there, and we got 2 million restored, and Richland got the full 15 million. So I'm black and blue from all the fighting over it, but we got it.
We appreciate your time. To your question, I should have read fully this answer. For 6 years, community college is 44%, but when you look more traditional to 3 or 4%, the rate is lower, around 22 to 34%. So we measure even more, a smaller timeline. We're doing pretty good. Okay, sorry.
Thank you. I'd like to present you a certificate of appreciation for me today. This is a very busy week and busy day for this is convocation today, so we need to let Cris go on his way, and he needs to be back at campus here in within minutes. Oh, don't speed good thing. Thank you so much. You want, okay.
Can't promise not to be. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
There is a word today, but we're going to have to wait on that. We have something that supersedes it. The Lewis V. Amador, M.D. Medallion Award is named in honor of Dr. Lewis V. Amador, the medical director of the Kiwanis Neuroscience Research Foundation from 1952 to 2006. He was professor of clinical surgery at the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Chicago and professor of clinical surgery at Northwestern Medical School in Chicago. Through a grant of the foundation, he authored the book Brain Tumors in the Young, a definitive book on the subject which the foundation has circulated worldwide to hospitals with pediatric neurosurgeons, and was also co-author of the Atlas of the Brain. The Lewis V. Amador, M.D. Medallion Award is an award program that allows a divisional council within the Illinois Eastern Iowa District of Kiwanis International to extend special recognition and honor to an individual that has demonstrated outstanding service within his or her community. The Kiwanis Neuroscience Research Foundation is considered
our finest project within the II District of Kiwanis. And this award combines Kiwanis admiration for Dr. Amador with admiration for many other individuals who inspire us through their service. In recognition of Dr. Amador's lifetime dedication to the goals of Kiwanis through his involvement with the Kiwanis Neuroscience Research Foundation, the recipient of the Amador Medallion similarly has demonstrated extraordinary personal dedication of their time and resources to the pursuit of charitable, benevolent, and altruistic community service activities consistent with the objectives of Kiwanis. They possess inspirational leadership skills that direct, motivate, and encourage both Kiwanians and non-Kiwanians to render altruistic service within the community. Golden Cape Kiwanis of Decatur nominated Martin J. Williams to receive the Louis Amador Medallion Award. Marty joined the Golden Cape Kiwanis Club on June 11th, 2014. He was volunteered to work on many of our service project committees. He has stuffed our trauma dolls, helped sort caps and lids for our caps, for benches, for school playgrounds, served pancakes at the Applebee's pancake breakfast, and prepared and served meals at that Good Samaritan Inn for the poor and homeless. At Christmas time, he buys bicycles for kids at Golden Cape, donates to Toys for Tots. Marty works tirelessly on our two big fundraisers, the Peanut Days. He drives all over 3 counties buying cans of peanuts we can't order anywhere anymore. Delivers letters to businesses for donations, and later delivers cases of peanuts to businesses ordered. For our Marty Dawn golf outing, he delivers letters to whole sponsors and collects donations for our silent auction. Recently, he has been helping our club support a group of 14 international teachers that our school district has hired. They need classroom supplies, household goods, and transportation. We have been helping them get to and from school, get social security numbers and driver's licenses, and go everyday shopping. He has also chaired and served on many committees. From 2018 to 2019, he was the awards committee chair. From 2019 to 2020, he served on the club programs committee. Then from 2021 to 2025, he served as the club programs committee chair, scheduling program speakers for our weekly club meetings. In 2022, Golden Cape Club awarded him the Kiwanian of the Year, Dick Reeves Award, for outstanding volunteer service. Marty's tireless dedication to serving the children and anyone in need anyone in need in our community makes him more than deserving of the prestigious Amador Award. It is with great honor that on behalf of Golden K Kiwanis of Decatur, I present Amador Medallion 694 to Martin Williams. In contribution as made in the name of Martin Williams to the endowment fund with Kiwanis Neuroscience Research Foundation of the II District, the income from which will be used for continuously support the programs of the foundation. Please join me in congratulating Martin J. Williams for this award.
What a surprise. I thank everyone here. I couldn't have done it without all of our members.
Are you in relation to Marty? Harold Wilkinson, would you come up, please? I think you're responsible for this. Distinguished Club for 2024-25. And we get a little sticker for our board member. So thank you very much for your service. You're a great administrator.
Now to the important business.
We have one more award.
Yes, we have one more award to present. So Cathy, have you come up?
Not that statistics aren't important, but at this time, I would like to present a Distinguished Service Award, and that is for someone who has attained 50 hours of volunteer service during their first year of membership. This person has worked with CASA, has worked with the Milligan Pantry, is on the school board of District 61 Decatur, and is involved in the kindergarten reading program. Will Kevin Hale please come to the podium to accept his award? Congratulations, Kevin. Well deserved.
It is. I told them, this proves we are by far the best table in this organization.
Okay. Gary, can we have the word?
You got the word?
Yep.
Word? Yeah. We can do that.
All right, here's this week's word. Niggly wiggly.
Unsuccessful grocery store chain.
Good try.
No cigar.
A worm that can't get out of the ground.
What?
A worm that can't get out of the ground.
Yeah, that's a good try too.
You use it in this picture.
Use it in a sentence. After the party was over, I had to go around picking up niggly wigglies off the floor.
Is that confetti?
What?
Like confetti and?
No.
Drugs?
Hope not.
Party papers?
No. All right, let me see if I can be, when the kids went through their Halloween candy, one of the things they wound up tossing away were the Niggly Wigglies.
Candy wrappers?
No.
Stale product.
Pardon? The bag? No, not the bag. I should have brought a couple along to demonstrate. When you open the Hershey Kiss, the thing that you pull out is the Niggly Wiggle. All right, well, you've learned a new word. So use it 3 times. That's the rule. You use it 3 times, it will become part of your vocabulary.
The one I remember is the one where the drip on the end. Yeah.
Okay. Linda, attendance?
Today we have 44 members present, 1 speaker for a total of 45.
Okay. Roberta, health report?
Yes, Marcia is back in the hospital with pneumonia. And expected to be there for a while, so you might want to keep her in your thoughts.
All right, thank you. Kevin, birthdays and anniversaries.
Birthdays and anniversaries from the 16th through the 22nd. On the 19th, Dave Sapp. He'll be 75. On the 19th also, Karen Sebok. She's doing a really good job keeping track of our hours. Let's sing. Anniversaries. On the 15th, Linda and Hugh Rowden. They'll be 56 years. On the 17th, Kevin and Mickey Wilmot. They'll be 55 years. On the 20th, Al and Judy Hendricks. They'll be 70 years. Let's sing. little tidbit from the Tribune. Men and women, when a woman says, "Smell that?" it usually means something good.
Do that again?
When a woman says, "Smell that?" she usually means something good.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So the converse would be something else. All right. Cheryl. You gotta get a microphone to Cheryl.
What for?
Well, I was told to put your name down.
You were gonna say something about the conference, but next week.
Next week, yes.
All right, just move your mouth like this and you'll. All right, Dan Sebok.
I'm waiting to hear from the health department to find out next month when we do the flu and COVID shots again. So as soon as I find out, I'll have a sign-up sheet and let you know.
Super. All right. Susan Ray. Well, then how did she tell me to put her name down?
I want to add one more about Richland. $4 million, Cris was headed for the deep tunnel project in Chicago. We screwed Chicago out of good friends.
Bob Bischoff.
Subbing for Mark today. Mark's in court with CASA, so he couldn't be here. Next week he wants to start the sign-ups, so we'll bring the signs next week. We have 10 locations this year, each day. So that means we need 38 people to sign up each day. So check your calendars and get ready to start signing up next week. We have 2 new locations this year, Farm and Fleet and Casey's on Route 38 in Long Creek. Okay. For the sign, remember if you can't do 2 hours, check with somebody else, and maybe each of you do an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon. Okay.
What are the dates again, Bob?
18th and 19th of September.
Okay.
Will be the,
That's
2 weeks from today, on the 26th, the order forms will be available for you to start ordering your peanuts. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Yes, Dick.
Okay.
We will be having a fall luncheon on Tuesday, September the 22nd at the KC. Cost will be $20 per person, and I will be taking reservations today, or I won't be here next week, but after that. So that gives you time to check with your friends, partners, whatever. Guests are welcome. So we hope to see you then. Thank you.
What's the date again?
September the 22nd. It's a Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
All right. Okay. Okay, folks, I'm gonna keep it kind of short here. We do have a budget meeting after this meeting, so don't forget that, for about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, we'll go with 50-50.
We started with a pot of $223. Today we had $79 in sales and donations, $39 to admin, $40 to the pot, which brings it to $263. And the winning ticket, last 3 numbers are 385. 385. No winner today.
Okay.
So next week.
Move on to next week. Okay, let's go. Happy Jug. Cathy's happy.
Happy.
Always. I'm putting in money because I survived a week with 4 grandchildren last week, ages 9, 10, and 2 almost 13-year-olds. And one of the dollars going in on that $5 is for Tom McCoy for spearheading the collection of money for the Preston Jackson statue at Dansby School that was dedicated yesterday.
I am happy that my wife has put up with me for 57 years. So there it is. This goes to scholarship.
Okay, very good.
I thank everyone for the award I received today. A lot of help from everyone in here. Thank you.
I have $2 in recognition of the honors that our table mates received. But if the truth be known, it's really the people behind the scenes here that have made who they are. It's Jim and Kevin and I and Charles that made them who they were.
All right. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, so we got our storyteller. Here's the story. Okay.
Recognition of the day being the first day of school. Here we go. The teacher was having trouble teaching arithmetic to a little boy. So she said, if you reached in your right pocket and found a nickel, and you reached in your left pocket and found another one, what would you have? He said, someone else's pants.
Didn't have anything. Okay. Okay, next week, our speaker will be Dr. Nicole Moody, who's the superintendent of Decatur Public Schools, and her topic will be Partners in Education, How Our Community Can Help. So that ought to be very interesting. To our Golden Cake Kiwanis, we enjoy changing the world for the better by serving children and others. And don't forget, we have a budget meeting right after this for about 15-20 minutes. Okay? We are adjourned.
See you next week.